Yeah, fine. Well, guys, so this is Karthik Kumar. So currently, I'm working as a DevOps engineer in one of the MNC company. So almost 8 years plus, I'm having the total experience. The relevance also almost 6 years plus. So today our agenda is people are still joining. Yeah, today our agenda is DevOps course demo class. So in this demo, I will try to explain you. So what is the DevOps? So what is the DevOps engineer roles and responsibilities, and what kind of projects in real time we are getting, and what kind of, especially the what kind of work we are doing. Okay. So as a DevOps engineer, so what is exact role and responsibilities in a project. So these kind of things I will explain along with this. So actually, DevOps engineer main role is deployment. So deployment means the application deployment. Normally, in any real-time projects, so people all are working for the application deliveries only. So in the real time, we are getting the projects from the clients, like stakeholders, any business stakeholders, or any banking sectors or insurance portals, e-commerce, what kind of. So we are getting the real-time projects and we are working for the project to delivery applications. So to client, to stakeholders. So for that application only, entire project team. So entire project team are working for application deliveries only. So in these application deliveries, so our role is so there are many stages to build our applications. So normally we are calling as a SDLC. So SDLC, let me explain you. SDLC in the sense software development life cycle. So there are many stages. The software application is uh, developing in many stages. Okay, so here SDLC process. If you are all seems if anyone already having work experience, so might be they knows any chance to knows the about SDLC. So SDLC in the sense software development life cycle. Development life cycle. So here there are many stages. Like the moment we receive the any project from the client, the first stage will be requirement. So normally people from client and a couple of people and from our IT companies and a couple of people, they will sit together and they will gather all the information from the clients. So what kind of application you required? So what kind of things you need to deliver? Okay, so this and all they will sit and they will make one SLA. SLA in the sense service level agreement. So I want this kind of application. I want this UI. So let's assume you can take any e-commerce like Flipkart. You can take any e-commerce or any application. So they want to, the moment they write this Flipkart.com, so they should, it should be come like this, and they want to show all their orders, they are their products in this way. Okay, so and pop-ups, sometimes pop-ups. So this kind of requirement they need. So these and all. They will in the first stage they will sit together and they will receive all requirements from the clients. Okay, so this is called as a requirement stage. Okay, so requirement stage. Thereafter the second so in this requirement stage, normally the project managers, okay, so high level management team, so these kind of people, they will sit and they will receive the information from stakeholders. Okay, then once they receive the inputs from the stakeholders, the next stage will be the design part. Okay, so directly we can't deliver this kind of applications, right? So before that, we have to design. We have to design that application like architecture people. So they will sit and they will design based on the requirement. I mean, based on their inputs, they will design the application. Okay, so here the design part. So here normally senior most application architectures, okay, or infra architectures. So these people work in this stage. Okay, you can consider the stage two. Thereafter thereafter based on the design, the development will start. Okay, so here development will start. Okay, so here there are two levels. Okay, under development there are two levels. One is application development along with infra development, because end of the day your applications whatever you developed, all your applications are running on the servers only. That servers you can call it as a infra. Seems the servers whatever you are developed your application, that application it should be running on any one of the servers. That servers called as infra. Okay, infra in the sense your application is running here. So that application you want to deliver to your client, you have to establish the so many things. Okay, network, firewalls, so many things. We will discuss later all those things. So in parallel under development stage you need to develop your application. So normally application means our developers will set. So based on the design, in this design they will define like java application required for this project, and .NET language is required for this project. Okay, so based on the architecture design, so development team will come into this picture and they will develop accordingly. In parallel infra team also, like OS admins, network admins, okay, database administrators. So these guys will sit and they will develop their, they will make one environment. Okay, so environment in the sense having the servers. Okay, so to ready to deploy your application on those servers. Okay, then the stage 4 is very important. This is our actual role. Okay, the stage 4 only. Okay, so here only deployment will come. Once they're ready, once they made the application. Okay, so once they made the code, okay, application code. So now the application is ready to install on the server. Okay, here our role will come. So DevOps role, DevOps engineers. Okay, so earlier days there was a team called middleware administrators. So still couple of projects people are there, but almost after agile methodology introduced. So after agile methodology, so many projects are following the agile DevOps methodology actually. So here our DevOps engineer will come. Okay, so main agenda is deployment. Okay, deployment. So normally people will call it the installation. No? You cannot call it as the installation of your application. So the pure technical term you should use deployment. So the main role of the DevOps engineer is deployment. The way how you are deploying your application on servers, it is a very main aspect. Okay, so the way how you are deploying your application. So what are the tools? What are the technologies you are going to use? Okay, so these and all matter for the deployment, matter for the DevOps engineer. So there are many advantages, so many features, especially see every team. Okay, so final agenda is to deliver application to the client or stakeholders. Okay, and the project managers, they are always focusing on the project cost. Okay, so cost of the project cost always they are preferring, and with the help of the DevOps methodology. Okay, so we're almost saving the project cost in many scenarios like normally. So here almost 99%, or you can consider 95%, we are making these automations, we are making these deployments in automation. Okay, automation in the sense, all your application deployment you are making in the automation with help of so many tools. Okay, so I will explain in a while what are those tools, and what are the functionalities of those tools, those and all we'll discuss. So here we are, especially we are saving the time of the duration of the deployment. Even the time also very important aspect in the project, right? So it is relevant to our project cost as well. So if you save the time in the project, so we are quickly deliver our applications to the clients. Okay, so not only the time, so there are many features as well. So while discussing the tools and technologies, so we'll see what are the benefits of this DevOps, and what are the advantages the DevOps instead of manual way. Okay, so automation way only we are prefer to deploy our applications. Okay, so what are the advantages, what are the features, and what are the resources, the employees and all, so different teams will collaborating and working together in the project to deliver our applications, right? So how effectively people are working in this DevOps methodology and all we will discuss. Okay, so so far any questions, guys? If you have any question, please ping in the chat, or you can unmute and talk. So I always prefer to interact with you all. Okay, so I cannot continuously talking 1 hour and 1.5 hour. I don't want like that kind of a teaching. I always prefer to interact with you. If you have any question, okay, any concern or any query, so you should unmute and talk. Or sometimes echoing we are sometimes we are facing. At that time you can test in the chat box.
Sure, sir.
Thank you. Any questions so far? All good?
Yes, very good.
Yeah. So after this deployment, so again we are not ready to deliver our application because we have to check the quality of our application. We have to make the quality analysis. Okay. So there are few other stages after deployment also, because see something they developed, so something the application is ready, then the blindly we are deployed our application. So without making the quality analysis, if you are delivery directly to the client holder, I mean clients or stakeholders, if they are facing any issues, so we cannot predict the bugs and issues, right? So something happened, then it will be impact on their reputations. So suddenly if the site is not working, or they want to show some product, the products here, but something else it is showing. So this kind of things will be happening, right? So that is the reason in the stage 5 what people are following, they are making the quality analysis. Okay, so quality checks they are making. So in this stage, normally the testing people. Okay, so testing people will work in this stage, and they are checking the functionality of the application. So how it is working, so what are the bugs will be maybe. So the functionality of applications, they are checking. After that they are going to deliver. Okay, so in the sixth stage, they are release their application with any one of the basic version. Okay, so normally versionings and all they are maintaining. Okay, so because the updated versions will be occurred in future, right? So that's the reason they are maintaining some versions like 1.0, the base version. The major versions we will discuss in a source code management tool. So versioning we are maintaining. So like this they are released. So here again, so here normally in this stage, the support role, like based on our SLA, service level agreement. So until here not sufficient to deliver your application, because after delivering also you should give support to your customers, your clients, your stakeholders, because something happened in the production. So production in the sense the live servers where your stakeholders are using your application. Okay, so at this stage we have to give the support as well. Okay, so the support role here, the support team members, so based on the application utility, so 24 by 7. Okay, so 24 by 7 people are giving the support, or sometimes 16 by 5 few applications based on the SLA. If the client wants to get the support from the companies, 24 by 7 they will give. It means all days, all hours. Okay, so all three shifts might be 24 by 7 in the sense. So 16 by 7, 16 by 5 means no Saturday, Sunday. I mean no weekends. So per day 16 hours. That's it. So based on the SLA they will give. Okay. So now we will discuss. So as I told, DevOps engineer main role is the deployment. So now how people are making the deployment, will explain. Okay. So as I told, their application is if they want to deliver any application, they have to follow these all stages. I mean your application is okay. So first in the requirement, design, then developers they are uh, writing the code and they will create their application source code. Sorry. And in parallel, OS admins they are making the servers, they creating the servers and installing the operating systems based on the again design only. Okay, so compatibilities they are checking, and they are based on the compatibilities they are creating the servers and installing the operating systems. Then they are or deploy DevOps engineers are installing, I mean deploying our application. Okay, so actually, so here what is the special of agile means? Agile methodology. Before agile, there is a SGLC process which is called as a waterfalls model. Okay, so here in these stages, so the first stage normally it may take only like 15 to 30 days. Okay, so people they will sit together and getting the requirements from the client might be taken the 15 to 30 days. Okay, and in the design stage, okay, so in the design stage might be 45 to 60 days. So based on the architecture seniority, okay, senior experience, the technical stuff, based on that, so minimum 45 to 60 days. And the development almost 3 months to 3 months to 4 months it will take. Okay, so because they want to write the code, right, that is not that much easy. Okay, so based on the design, they will write the code and they will build their application. Okay, and the deployment, here even for making automation also we required at least 2 to 3 months. This is also not easy. Okay, so we have to uh, check all the possibility ways how we are making automation. Okay, minimum 2 to 3 months required, and even testing also we can consider 1 to 2 months. Okay, so 1 to 2 months it will take, and the release and all. Okay, based on the life cycle, based on the SLA agreement, so we are giving the support. So until here the application is required this much time to deliver. Okay, if you follow the waterfalls model. Okay, so waterfalls model, this is the old SDLC process actually. Okay, so in this waterfall models, if you are observing, so when our stage will start, after the stage is depending on the stage 3 only. After they developing the code only, we are going to do the some automation or deployments, correct? So until here, like until this 1 month, this is 2 months, this 3 months. After fifth month only, our work will start, right? Okay, if you follow. waterfalls model, you have to follow the same. After fifth month only our work. It means the project. Let's assume today the project is a starting day. So after fifth month, after 5 months only, we are getting chance to work on these deployments because it's a dependent. But in the agile methodology, that is not the way. That is not the process to do your work actually. So here, the day today is starting means then after 1 month, see after 1 month they will gather all the inputs from the clients. Then after the second month onwards, all teams are working parallelly in the sense. So design out of the 100% of the application or design, they will make the plan only for the particular 15 days plan or one month plan. Okay, so how month 1 month, how much application design is required? I mean, possibility to develop in the 1 month. That much portion only they will design and they will hand over to the developers. Okay, so even the same day, developers also receive the design from the architecture people. Then accordingly, they will write the code. Okay, so they will write the code and based on the code, some portion only they will make the deployment. Okay, and after that, the whatever they deployed application, that much portion only they will make the quality checks. So likewise, the day when you start the project, the day onwards, people all working parallelly in all their stages. That is known as a agile methodology. That's some period I told, right? That period called as a sprints. Okay, so in the real time, many projects are following the agile methodology. So here we are following the sprints time. Sprints time in the sense we can expect the work in this. The default sprint period is 15 days. Okay, so 15 days work we can assume and we can expect in this 15 days I can finish this work. Okay, so likewise we are creating the user stories. Okay, so the user stories exact meaning I will tell in a future. Okay, so let's just remember, they will create the user stories, nothing but a tickets. So normally people are working on tickets only, right? So they will assign on their name and working five tickets, five user stories. In this 15 days, I can finish. Like that, they will make the commitment. Okay, then after 15 days, okay, then again after 15 days, all team members they will gather and they will conduct a sprint call. Okay, in the sprint call, each and every candidate, they will expose whatever they whatever the taken the commitment. Based on that commitment, whatever they done, those and all they will represent in this period, in these sprints. Okay, so the sprints and all, so part of the agile methodology. With this agile methodology, people all are effectively working, and the client deliveries. Okay, so usually client deliveries, so effective manner they are delivering. Okay, so effective manner they are delivering their applications. So somebody asking, so user stories will be part of the DevOps role. So obviously, okay, so here actually we are using the project backlog code. Okay, so don't mind, I am purely using the technical terms, but don't worry, I will explain each and everything. Okay, so backlog tool, which is known as a Jira. Okay, this is a very popular tool. Okay, which is a project backlog tool. In this tool, so normally the sprints calls are happening, right? So there is a person who is a scrum master. Okay, so in the management level, this guy is conducting these sprints, and he is working with all one-to-one employees, and he is gathering the information, and he is passing this information to the project managers. Okay, then project managers are represents to the clients. That's it. Okay, so this guy will create all the user stories and assign on the all employees, and based on the user story, people are working. Okay, likewise, our DevOps also, we will get the user stories in respect to sprints, then we are working. Like now we will explain the tools. What are the tools required for the automation? Okay, and before that, I will explain how the application is uh, developing. Okay, so what are the things we are using? Let me explain in the paint. Okay, okay. So normally your DevOps engineer. Okay, the name how they made the DevOps engineer is very interesting thing. If you observe, if you split that word DevOps into two words means, okay. See, this is the dev, okay, and this is the ops. Ops in sense operational. Okay, so dev means development. Okay, dev means development, and ops means operations. Like this is the developing in the sense application development. Okay, so apps application development. So here operational sense infra. You have to establish the infra, because end of the day your application is running on the infra only. So we are the persons, okay, we are the persons to assisting to developers along with our infra team as well. That is the reason the word become as a DevOps engineer. Okay, so until the development of the application, until the write of the code of application only their job, developer job, and uh, until to create the servers and installing the operating systems only the infrastructure people job. Thereafter DevOps engineer coming into the picture, and they are taking the source code from the developers, and with help of the tools we are making the deployment of our application on the servers. That's it. That is our job. So we are taking the development whatever they developed the code. Okay, so people are code calling as a code or source code. Okay, or application code, something else, then they are deploying on servers. So here we are the persons. Okay, we are the interface between the application team and the OS team. That's it. Okay, so we are the interface between our application team and the OS team, infra team you can call. Under infra, so there might be a operating system team, okay, OS team, and DB team also will come, because the application requires the DB database, very very crucial part in the project database, because the client users all information storing on the database servers only. Okay, so we are giving the coordination with all teams, application team, testing team. Okay, because after deployment only we are handovering our application to the testing team, right? So we have to communicate with these people as well, testing team. Okay, so in any one of the project, whoever following the DevOps methodology, so the DevOps engineer is the engineer role is very crucial. Okay, the importance of the DevOps engineer is very high in real time projects. Okay, so as I told, so we are the persons to receive the source code from the developers, right? So here there is a tools. There are a couple of tools we will explain now. We will discuss now. Okay, so normally the source code always developers are keep on adding the features, keep on writing the code, right? So the source code we have to store in one place. Okay, so always they are writing, always they are making the changes, and they have to maintain the changes as well. So today I have done something, and tomorrow I will add new things to the exist code. So today's code I have to maintain, along with I mean tomorrow's code, day after, likewise keep on they are adding, right? Keep on they are improving their code, right? So the older versions also, okay, based on the versions only they are maintaining. So for this, we have to uh, we have to use a tool called as a Git, which is a versioning control system tool. Okay, version control system tool, and the source code we have to the source code we have to store in one place. That place called as a GitHub. Okay, source code management tool. This is the source code management tool. Okay, SCM tool, and this is a version control system tool, VCS, version control system tool. Okay, so before that, okay, so before that, the operating system. So we are going to install our application on the servers, which is running with any one of the operating system like Unix or Linux or Windows. So that is the reason. So we should have some minimum knowledge on the operating system. So which is Linux, because many of the servers are running with the Linux operating system only. Okay, so that is the reason. So our course will start with Linux. Okay, so operating system is a very important, because whatever we are going to discuss now, the tools, all tools are we are installing on the Linux servers only. Okay, so I recommended to start our course with the Linux operating system. Okay, so you should know the basic level knowledge like operating system what we are doing. So you can take any bare metal or virtual machines or cloud, you can use any cloud. Okay, so there we are creating the servers and installing the operating system, then we are maintaining some file systems. Okay, and installation very important, because all tools are the all whatever the tools comes under DevOps engineer, those all tools we are the persons to install on the servers. So that's the reason you should know how to install the softwares on the Linux operating system. I will explain you each and everything. If you don't know, if you are zero knowledge on the operating system also, no worries, I will teach you from the scratch. Okay, so I recommended to start our course with the Linux operating system. Okay, so which may take almost 5 to 6 classes. Okay, so 5 to 6 classes I will take for the Linux administration. Okay, thereafter we will start the source code management tool, which is GitHub, and version control system tool as a Git. Okay, so this is also will take 5 to 6 classes. Thereafter, okay, so okay, our developers are made the right written the code, and we kept all the code in the GitHub. Okay, now we we are ready to deploy our application on servers. Okay, so we familiar with the Linux operating system, so we are ready to install our application on the uh, servers. Okay, so normally the developers are writing the code in a human readable format. Okay, you can go and open the Java file. Let's assume this is a Java project. Okay, so all Java files they written dot JSON files, dot Java, dot properties, whatever. All it is in the human readable format. But you are going to install those on servers, right? So system cannot read human readable format. You should convert. Okay, you should convert your all files into the system readable format means, so you have to use the build tools. Okay, the build tool, the purpose of the build tool, what it will do, it will take your source code, then it will convert into system readable format. Okay, so that's it, that is the main purpose of the build tool. Here in market, there are many build tools are available based on the programming language. There are various build tools, so which is popular one, Maven tool. Okay, so the main intention of this tool is you can take the source code, then it will convert into in a single file. That single file should be readable by your system, your servers, that's it. Okay, so source code is not in the single file, so there are plenty of files. Okay, I will show you the source code, the model. There is a model application with me. Okay, I will show all the configuration files and application related files and all. Okay, all these files, let's assume there are 50 plus files. Okay, so 50 plus files are there. All 50 plus files with the help of build tool, I make a single file. You can call as a bundle, single bundle. Okay, that is the pure technical term is a build artifact. So people are calling a build artifacts. Okay, you just remember later we will discuss all these things. Okay, thereafter, now we are ready to deploy. Okay, so even before deploy also there is another tools which are scanning tools, because we cannot trust the developers blindly. So whatever they written, we cannot blindly trust them, because if they are following any unstandard way, unstructured way programming, okay, we have to scan the source code. Okay, so just remember, guys, here quality checks is different. Okay, and here the scanning means here the quality of your source code. We are going to check the quality of a source code, whatever the developers written. Okay, testing means that is the functionality of the application, that is different. The scanning means quality of the source code. So here we are using the very popular tool. In fact, in my current project also we are using the same tool as a scanning tool, which is the sonar cube. Okay, thereafter we are ready for the deployment. Okay, so in between, I told, right, each and every day people are keep on increasing the code, adding the new features in the code. So daily basis we are creating the this build artifacts, right? So for storing all these build artifacts, there is a tool, it's a artifact repository. Okay, so this tool, with the help of this tool, we are storing all our build artifacts. Very popular one is a Nexus, and there is a JFrog also. Both are same, almost similar. We'll expect any one of the tool. That's it. Now we can go and deploy your application. Okay, so these are the stages. These are the tools we are using in real-time projects before deploying your application on the servers. Okay, until here. Okay, so until here, the tools all are comes under integration. Okay, the exact meaning of the integration will explain. Okay, thereafter it will start the deployment. Okay, until here these all are integration. From second onwards, integration. Now the sixth onwards, this is a comes under a deployment. Okay, so deployment. So nowadays people are the directly application, they are not installing on the servers. They are implementing the microservices concepts. Okay, so microservices, it means your application is containerized applications. Okay, so containerized applications. I will explain what is the meaning of the containerized. Okay, so containerized applications people are using. So so the sixth tool, very important. This is the main work as a DevOps engineer. Always you are spending your time on this sixth tool only, which is integration and deployment tool, which is happening continuously. Okay, which is a CI/CD tool. CI/CD tool in the sense continuously the process here, the always they are writing the code, developing the code. Thereafter the bundle we are creation, there we are making the quality checks of the source code, and we are pushing a copy into the artifact repository. Process continuously happening with the help of this tool, which is a very popular tool, Jenkins. Okay, why this is becomes popular means this is a open source. There are many advantages, many features with this tool. So many plugins are there. All are free of cost. You can go and use it without paying any money to the vendor. Okay. So we will see the what are the features, what are the advantages and all. But with the help of this tool, whatever we are doing until here, okay. So all continuously we are making this process along with delivery also continuous. So deployment as well on containerized applications. Okay. So container application we are using as a Docker. Okay. So once you deployed your application and you have to give the high availability as well. Okay, high availability in the sense if suddenly your server got crashed, then definitely your application will be down. Correct. So at that time you have to make the setup as a orchestration. Orchestration in the sense you have to provide the high availability. Okay, so you have to provide the high availability of your application. Okay, so which is Kubernetes. I will explain. Okay, so Kubernetes or people are calling as a K8s. Okay, so Kubernetes, the main purpose is to providing a high availability on your applications. That's it. Okay, so these are the tools we are going to explain. I'm going to explain. And along with this, nowadays people almost in all projects, people are prefer to use the cloud services. So cloud nothing but infra only. Okay, so here, as I told, DevOps engineer is coordinating with the developers and the infra people as well, right? So the servers where they built means, so there are a couple of types are there. Bare metal in the sense the physical box. Okay, or you can use virtual machines. Okay, virtual machines in the sense of VMware. Okay, so VMware, VXMS missions, those kind of things, hypervisor missions, or you can use a cloud also. Okay, so nowadays the cloud, very cloud providers booming, right? Like AWS, MS Azure, GCP. Okay, so you must having the knowledge on the cloud. Okay, as a DevOps engineer, because the all infra they are using on the cloud only. So you should know the minimum services, whatever the required for the DevOps engineer. That much I will explain. Okay, on AWS cloud provider. Okay, so you can walk through MS Azure. MS Azure also people are following, and some projects GCP. Okay, out of these two, GCP is a very cheaper. Okay, cost wise. Okay, I will explain the AWS cloud provider. Almost the all topics are similar for all cloud providers. Okay, so I will explain each and everything. How much cloud there are, plenty of there are huge services available. Okay, so
Karthik,
yes, yes, please. Somebody speaking. You can test me. You can test me in the. I will allow you to ask the queries, questions and queries. Okay. So cloud, you must know the cloud knowledge as well. So here we are going to discuss AWS tool. Okay. So cloud provider, which is popular one is AWS. Okay. So along with this, nowadays, especially on the deployment perspective, okay, so people are using the containerization tool is different. This is not comes under automation actually. This is the managing your application. But automation, the configuration tools. Okay, so configuration tool, which is known as a Ansible. Configuration in the sense, with the help of the configuration tool, so we are making the infrastructure automation actually. Okay, so we'll give the basic knowledge on the Ansible, and there is another tool which is okay, infrastructure. These both are infrastructure related, and nowadays you can use the configuration for deployment as well. Okay, so how we are doing in the CI/CD with the help of Jenkins tool, you can make the same. You can integrate these tools with the CI/CD, then you can make the deployment. And there is another tool, infrastructure as a code. Okay, IAC tool, which is Terraform. These are the booming tools nowadays, the trending tools. Okay, so this is the centralized tool actually, the CI/CD. Okay, in the CI/CD, we are integrating all these tools and the deployment tools as well. So here, with the help of single click, we are making the with the help of single click, okay, we are making the deployment. That is the main role of our main agenda of our DevOps engineer. Okay. Any questions, guys, so far? Now you can ask me your questions and queries. I am allowing you to ask any questions, any open questions. This is the main role. This is the main agenda. Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Karthik. So I just want to know, we'll be covering all the only third-party DevOps tools, or also like AWS DevOps or Azure DevOps as well.
Yeah. Yesterday, I think you tested in the channel, right? WhatsApp
Yes, sir.
channel. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So here I will see nowadays the cloud providers also providing the services, the DevOps services. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the code commit. Okay. So code commit. Okay. So code commit, code repo. Okay. And code pipeline services. So directly, if you are going to the cloud provider services, so you cannot understand. So that is the reason. On top of this, we will discuss the core services. Okay, so core
Okay.
services, whatever I have told, whatever I have explained, these and all, that Git tool, Maven tool, these are the open source tools, and these are the comes under core DevOps services, core DevOps tools. Okay,
Okay.
so after you understood these core services tool, then only you can go for the cloud provider tools. Okay,
Oh,
then only you can understand what happening in the code commit, what happening in that services. So nowadays, once you purchase the subscription from the cloud provider, anyone like AWS or Azure or GCP, okay, then all the services they are providing inside that. You no need to go outside and pick up the other tools. So that is the reason. But concept is same in all tools. Either you can go with the core services or you can go with the cloud services.
okay.
Okay, concept is same, but sometimes their UI will be also differ. Like the configuration, how you are making the UI pages and all differ. But the main agenda is continuously you are integrate all these tools and you are making the continuous deployment. That's it.
Perfect.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And already having the videos actually. So our course duration will be 45 to 50 classes, okay, which means including Saturday Sundays, it might take 2 to 2.5 months. Okay, so for explaining all this stuff, definitely it will reach we will reach to 2.5 months. Thereafter, if you are interested to learn this AWS DevOps tools and Azure DevOps tools also, I already having the recorded sessions. I will provide you, and before providing, I will briefly explain the same scenarios again. I mean going to explain, but different tools. That's it. Okay, so briefly I will explain, and I will provide the recorded videos. You can go through, walk through those later. Then you can get familiar with this. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? I'm expecting queries from your end. Others, I think we have 16 plus people joined. Other guys, any other question? Any other open questions?
Mm.
Yeah, now I will give a small portion in the real time projects. Okay, so mainly we are working on the two kinds of automations. One is obviously the application deployment. Okay, so application deployment, which is CI/CD. Okay, CI/CD along with infrastructure automation also we are doing. Okay, CI/CD because you cannot install your application without the prerequisites. Like some, if you are going to install any application, deploy any application, so you should install the prerequisites like Java. Okay, so environment, that is the comes under environments deployments. Okay, so environments. So here all prerequisites we are installing. Okay, so pre-requirements. Okay, so based on the project, the DevOps engineer, couple of people are working on the only CI/CD side, or some people are working on the environment side as well. Okay, so environment in the sense installing the Java, installing the JBoss, or installing the database. Okay, SQL, MS SQL, MySQL, and a few other dependencies of your application. Those things, those comes under installation, like environment side. And after that, okay, after that, then we are going to deploy our main application. That is comes under CI. Okay, in even in interviews also, few people they're asking, so mainly where you are focusing on your project, so mainly where you are working in your project. Okay, so along with these tools, okay, so additionally I will provide the interview perspective. Okay, so how we need to attend the interviews, what are the questions and all they will come, they will ask. Okay, and all interview tips I will provide end of the end of our training. Before that, resume preparation very very important, because how much knowledge you are having is doesn't matter, how much you represent on your paper, the paper called as a resume, that is the matter. Because after reading the resume only they will come to know, right, about your knowledge. So the resume preparation, I will take a separate session for this resume preparation. Okay, how you need to prepare your resume. Okay, after that, all interview perspective, all interview questions, and assignments I will provide the real time tasks. So whatever the people are getting on the, I told, right, the user stories. Okay, based on the user stories only people are working, right? This
Yes,
kind
sir.
of real time user stories I will provide during the training itself. Okay, so during the training, if we will complete this uh, the tools whatever we discussed. Okay, so the tools itself, so once we finish the GitHub, what kind of user stories comes under the GitHub, so I already prepared the all the user assignments, so I will provide. Okay, so all the user real time scenarios, real time tasks. Okay, so I will provide real time tasks. Okay, user stories, and duration I told, right, so 45 to 50 classes. Okay, and the timings should be same. So in Indian standard time, morning 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., the same timings only. Okay, and duration same. So my requirement is you should attend 100%. You should attend the classes daily. Okay, you cannot, if you sometimes if any emergencies, anyhow I am providing the recorded sessions. Okay, so recorded sessions I will upload in the drives, and I will provide the access to those drives. Okay, so
Okay.
tool based, I will create the folders and I will provide the access. Okay, so in case if you miss the classes, then you can go and walk through those recorded sessions and get familiar with. And I'm requesting you all guys, so whatever we discussed in 1 hour session, so minimum you can spend so 1 to 2 hours for the practicing. Okay, and I will explain the lab setup also. Okay, so lab setup, because for practicing you require the lab, right? So anyhow, everybody having the laptops, their personal PCs. Okay, so I will explain you how to set up your lab. Okay, so already I prepared a session for the lab setup and I uploaded in the YouTube. I will provide you those links and all. I will provide you later. I will provide in the WhatsApp channel. Okay, and there are few other useful videos also I uploaded already in my channel. You can walk through this channel. Okay, so many of the videos. Okay, all important videos I have uploaded. The lab setup, yeah, this one. Okay, so I will share this link in WhatsApp channel. You can walk through the link. Anyhow, I will explain on Monday. Okay, so lab setup I will explain, and all recorded session I will provide, and you should attend the classes each and every day. And the day if we teach, if I discuss Linux, so you can finish that classes that day itself. Then you won't be maintain the lag between myself and you, because see, every day I am going to teach the new things, right? If you are maintaining the lag, okay, if you are maintaining the, if you are not practiced on those, if you are not get familiar with that, then obviously you cannot understand the tomorrow's class. So that is the reason we are freshly starting our batch, right? So the day, the first day onwards, you can at least spend the uh at least spend, you can 1 hour. 1 hour is more than enough. Okay, somebody asking, are we having sessions on Saturday, Sunday? No, no Saturday, Sundays. Monday to Friday only. Okay, so sessions will be Monday to Friday. In case if you have any public holidays or any festivals on during this week, okay, Monday to Friday, then sometimes I will take on Saturday. Okay, but I will let you know before going to take the class. I will let you know. I'll update in WhatsApp channels. Then accordingly, I will take on Saturdays. Okay, and one real-time project. Okay, so along with the real-time tasks, so one real-time projects also will explain real-time project end to end. Okay, so many things happening in the projects, right? Real-time projects. So end to end I will explain from scratch to until the delivery. Even until after delivery also, support also they are giving, right? There will be a following some SLS, like critical, minor, major. Okay, so alerts, tickets will come, right? So critical, what is the meaning of critical, major, minor, these and all I will explain. Okay, so this and all end of the training I will explain. And real time scenarios, whenever we are discussing the tools itself, I will explain the scenarios. Okay, you cannot expect there are separate classes for the real time projects, real time scenarios. You don't expect. Within the class itself, I will explain the real time scenarios. But one project, end of the training, I will explain each and everything. Whatever the things are going on in the project, I will explain end to end. Okay, if you are attending the daily, if you are following my instructions, okay, if you are practicing the classes daily, then easily you can gain the knowledge. As well as if you are trying for the interviews also, you can easily crack your interviews without any proxy support. Okay, even after getting the job also, happily you can survive in the project if you are following all my instructions. Okay, and attending the classes and regularly doing the practice. Okay, that is I am sure. I will i will promise you, definitely, without any proxy support, without any job support as well. Okay, happily you can survive as a DevOps engineer in the real time projects, even if you don't have the relevant experience. Okay, any other questions, guys? Almost we reached 1 hour. Any other questions?
Yes, Karthik. Again, Anirudh this side. So I just wondering, like, do we discuss like cloud services as well, like related to the DevOps?
Yeah. I explained, right? See, definitely, as a DevOps engineer, you should having this cloud knowledge. So whatever the developer DevOps related services, okay. So those and all I will explain in the cloud classes, in the AWS classes. I will explain like the popular services, right? Like VPC, okay, and EC2, S3, IAM. Okay, storage, so these kind of services I will explain. Okay.
Okay, Karthik. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Other questions? Okay guys, so that's it for today. Okay, so you can enroll your names with your management, for whoever you approached. Then Monday onwards we will start our course with the lab setup classes. Then if you will get a time, then we will discuss the Linux basics. Okay. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining. Even if you have any queries in future, also you can ping in the WhatsApp channels. Okay. So even people are, if you are not part of the WhatsApp channel, let me know. So I will provide my number here. Okay. So anyhow, this is my number. You can note down, or you can take the screenshots. Okay. And is this QR code already? I have a I uploaded the demo sessions for previous batches. Okay, so uploaded in YouTube. You can walk through those YouTube videos as well if you want. Okay, so this is my number. You can note down or can take the screenshots. If you're not part of the WhatsApp channels, then let me know. I will ask management to add you, or otherwise I will add you. Okay.
Yes, Karthik. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. If no question, then we can wind up the call. Let me stop the recording and do a small favor. So please drop